guys, it's Sarah, and today is BookList Thursday. This is a video series I do with my friend Lindsay over at Lindsay's Little Library. And every Thursday we bring you some sort of fun list with a prompt or a topic that we feel like talking about. And for this week, we consulted our lists of when we asked for suggestions from you guys. And these are lists that we've had for a while. Periodically, we'll go through them and pick a prompt, especially if we're feeling kind of stuck on, what do we do? Is there anything standing out to us? And sometimes we get stuck and we're not sure what to talk about for the week. So we will consult that list and see if there's any suggestions on there that are standing out, like, ooh, this is a good idea. Let's go ahead and do this one. So this one was suggested by one of you, and the suggestion was to talk about the books that are on the New York Times Bestsellers list for the week and discuss them. What are they? Have we read them? Have we heard of them? Do we own them? Do we want to own them? Just all those things. So we're going to do that. We're going to do the top 10 of the books that are on the New York Times best-selling list for this week. And we are going to let you know what our status is on those books. So I have the list printed here. Now these are, when you go onto the New York Times list to find the books, right? You can pick different categories. You can pick fiction, you can pick nonfiction, you can pick hardcover fiction, you can pick ebooks, you can pick a mix. So there's a lot of different options to find like the New York Times best-selling books. So what we decided to do, we wanted to make sure we talked about the same list. So we picked the hardcover fiction for February 1st, 2020. So that's the list that we are going with here. So we're going to go through the top 10. We're going to see where, what the status is on all these. And I'm just going to start with number 1 and go through number 10. I was trying to decide if I'm going to go backwards, but I think I'll just start with number 1. Okay. Number 1, is anyone surprised, is Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. This has been on the list, the best-selling list, for 72 weeks. That's more than a year. And this book, I own it. I have it on my Kindle. I actually got it from NetGalley before it came out, and I haven't read it yet. And I don't know why. I really want to. I've heard amazing things about it. I just have never clicked on it on my Kindle to read it, and I'm not really sure why. I should, because I really want to. But yeah, so I do own the book. I just have not read that one yet. All right, number 2 is Lost by James Patterson and James O'Born. And this is book 1 in a new FBI detective series. It says the new head of an FBI task force takes on a crime syndicate run by a pair of Russian nationals. So this is a new series from James with collaborating with somebody, and they're writing this new one. So this is the new one. That doesn't surprise me that he's on this list because the man needs to stop. It's fine. I've actually really liked James Patterson's books that I've read. I started reading his Alex Cross series, and I really do like the books. So I don't know. He just writes a lot, man. The next one is Dear Edward by Anne Napolitano. This one is the story of a 12-year-old boy who has to start over because he's the sole survivor of a plane crash, and he lost all of his immediate family in that plane crash. I have heard little whispers of this one. I think, I recognize the title, but I hadn't heard a whole lot about it. I think Gabby from Gabby Reads talked about it as being one of her most anticipated books this year, and I think she got sent a copy of it. But that's kind of it. So not sure if that one's going to be on my radar or not. We'll see. If people start raving about it, maybe I'll pick it up from the library. Number 4 is Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reed, and I have definitely heard about this one. This is all over the place right now. Was this one a Reese Witherspoon pick? I want to say it was maybe last month. So the description right here says, tumult ensues when Alex Chamberlain's babysitter is mistakenly accused of kidnapping her charge. That's right. So it's I think a babysitter or a nanny or someone who takes the child on an outing, and she gets accused of kidnapping this child. So I think that's what it is. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see how the reviews are. Again, it's not something I would buy, I don't think, but if a lot of people start really talking about it, maybe I'll get it from the library. Number 5 is The Guardians by John Grisham. This follows a lawyer and a minister. So one character, he's a lawyer and a minister. That's interesting. He antagonizes some ruthless killers when he takes on a wrongful conviction case. I don't read John Grisham. The only one I was ever really interested in reading was A Time to Kill, because that movie was so good. Oh my gosh, that movie really made an impact on me. That was the only one I was ever really interested in reading, and now it's just so old. I don't know if I would go back and read it, to be honest. So John Grisham is not an author I've gotten into. Number 6 is Danielle Steele. That woman is still writing books. I used to read her. She was my favorite author in college, and I went through a phase where I just wanted to collect all of her books and have all of her books and read all of her books, and I loved them all so much. And I was doing that, and the more I read, the more I went, it's all kind of sound the same. So I stopped reading Danielle Steele. Just a lot of her books for me started getting very forgetful. I just would not remember a lot of the premises. I do remember, I think Star was my favorite one. I think I read that one twice and I loved that one. But yeah, so not into Danielle Steele anymore, but good for her for still writing a book. So hers is Moral Compass. It's been on the list for 2 weeks now, and it follows a prep school that goes co-ed. And as soon as that happens, a student is attacked and the community kind of starts falling apart because of it, because they're kind of blaming the fact that now it's co-ed and it invited this attack to happen. All right, number 7 is The Dutch House by Anne Pratchett. And this one follows a sibling relationship that's impacted when the family goes from poverty to wealth and back again over the course of many decades. I am actually interested in reading this. I've heard really, really good things about it, and I actually would like to listen to it because Tom Hanks narrates it. And I'm kind of like, okay, I could do that. I could listen to Tom Hanks tell me a story. Absolutely. And I legitimately have heard that this book is good. Number 8 is The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. And I have read this one and I loved it. This was my favorite thriller of last year. Loved, loved, loved this book. I know that this gets some mixed reviews, and some people have said that they predicted things that happened in here. I did not predict anything, and I'm so happy I didn't, because it would have lowered my enjoyment of it if I had predicted some things. And just, I don't know, it took me by surprise, and I absolutely loved it. Yeah, like, loved it. Loved it. Okay, number 9 is The Giver of Stars by Jojo Moyes, and this one follows the Depression-era Kentucky and 5 women who refuse to be cowed by men or convention as they deliver books. So this one has had some, I don't want to say criticism, but it just seems like 2 books came out recently that follow kind of the same type of thing. And it's been very much compared to The Book Woman of Troublesome Creek. And that is a book that I just hauled. I got it as a gift and I'm super excited to read it. I've heard amazing things about it. But this book also is supposed to follow that same type of thing. And I think that people are just comparing them too much, probably because it's the same topic. I haven't heard too much about The Giver of Stars as far as people reading it and giving their thoughts. I would love to see someone like compare the two. I don't know if anything like that is out there. I'll have to look and see if anyone has done that. But I don't know that I would read The Giver of Stars, to be honest. And that's because Jojo Moyes is not an author that I think I want to continue reading moving forward. So that's one that, while the topic is very interesting to me, I already have a book like that, and I'd rather read that one. So, yeah. And number 10 is Long Bright River by Liz Moore. And this one follows a woman who works with the Philadelphia Police Department, and she risks her job to go after a murderer who has been killing prostitutes. And she is really passionate about this because her sister is a prostitute, and she is afraid of her sister becoming a victim. So she wants to catch this guy before he can get to her sister, basically. I really do want to read this book. Liz Moore is an author that I have not read yet, but I've heard amazing things about her work. And I think I have both of her books, including this one, on my wish list. I just added those. So she's definitely an author I want to read from. And yeah, that's one has definitely piqued my interest. Okay, guys, so those are the top 10 books that are on the New York Times bestsellers list in hardcover format for this week. So let me know what your thoughts are down below. I've only read one of them, but I am interested in a few. So there is that. It's kind of piqued my interest a little bit. And maybe I will read some of them here soon. I could definitely maybe try to find The Dutch House on audio and see if I can either download it or get it from the library, or if I have to get on a waiting list, I could do that and then listen to it when it pops up. But yeah, so we will see how all of that goes. But let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think of these books. Let me know if there's any that I should absolutely add to my TBR. And I will see you guys again soon. Make sure you go check out Lindsay's video and see what she thinks about all these books. She'll be talking about the same books. And I know there's at least one on there that she's read that I haven't. So that'll be interesting to see what else she has either heard of or whatever, because we haven't talked about it. So, all right, I will see you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day.